Hey girl, hey, welcome to Tia's Table. Let's talk about everything from the latest fitness and wellness trends, recipes that are actually worth cooking, and the craziness that's happening on our side of the internet. Sit back, grab a snack, and let's have some girl talk. Hey girl, hey, welcome back to another episode of Tia's Table. Are you surprised that I'm calling you back so soon? Girl, I'm the one calling you and I'm surprised. I can't believe that the opportunity presented itself for me to actually be on time in a way that does not feel forced and or rushed. And I love that for the both of us. Now, I feel like our little topics today are all over the place, as they tend to be lately. I feel like they have gotten to a place now where we just talk about all kinds of things in one call. And I love that. I also really love it when you guys message me or text me about the stuff that we talk about here. I've been getting some really positive feedback on these last few episodes, and I'm so glad that the way I deliver some of these topics has been received with the intention that I am giving it to you. So thank you for the positive feedback, because sometimes when I'm up here talking, I just be talking and I don't realize what I've said until I go back and listen to it. And then I'm like, oh, I can't believe I said that. Or, ooh, I'm starting to say a lot of things up here. But so far, I haven't gotten one angry email or direct message or, ooh, Tia, that's too much text message yet. So we're going to keep the party moving. We're going to keep a good thing going. If you're following me on Instagram, then you probably know about some of the food that I'm going to talk about today, because I share the food in real time and then we talk about it here. If you're not following me on Instagram, feel free to do so at Tia's Table Podcast. That is where I share the recipes that I talk about up here. Maybe not the exact recipe, but you get to see the makings of the food. And I always share where I got the recipe from. So right now, I'm cooking from the Barefoot Contessa's Modern Comfort Food Cookbook. This week, I am scheduled to make the salmon with an aioli sauce. I'm making that tonight, actually. So if you're on Instagram, that's what you'll be seeing today. And today is Monday, by the way. It's Monday at 12:43. So by the time you hear this, it'll be Tuesday, but I'm making the salmon today. I'm also going to make her spicy shrimp pasta one day this week. And I might make her butternut squash recipe because first of all, it's low carb. I might omit the cheese. I don't know. But it's a low carb recipe and it uses the same pasta sauce as the spicy shrimp pasta. So it's kind of like, if I already have the sauce, I may as well go ahead and try her butternut squash recipe too. And I might do that on whenever night my family is having fried chicken, because I'm trying to live right, y'all. I'm trying to live right, keep things nice and tight. I'm working out. I've been eating all of the right things for the most part, and I'm trying to just stay as close to the fitness cross of it all as I can. It's been a challenge, and we'll talk about that. But I'm making that stuff this week. Something that has been on my table quite a bit lately for breakfast has been eggs with some sort of veggie, sardines, and the little thin vegan bagels. Let me tell you why that is probably going to be my breakfast from here on out. Number one, because you can eat it in a million different ways. And that's pretty much my go-to strategy for cleaning up how I eat. You find something you like to eat, and then you find a million ways to eat it. What I love about that is with those bagels, I can make a sandwich, like a breakfast sandwich, or I can just drizzle honey on those plain bagels. Well, they're not plain. They're the everything but bagels, but I can drizzle honey on them. I can put a schmear or something on them, and they're delicious, literally with everything. I've eaten them as a base for avocado toast. They are perfect. And I just cook them in the air fryer while I'm making other things, right? The sardines that I use, of course, I buy them from Costco. They're smoked and they have just like the most perfect flavor. Sometimes I will sprinkle a little bit of like an umami seasoning on them, but for the most part, you can eat them right out of the jar as they are. If I've had to put my jar in the refrigerator, because so many of them come in the jar, then I will warm them up in the refrigerator. And that doesn't take away from them at all. They're still juicy and very flavorful. They are perfect in the morning. I think you get 2 ounces of them as a serving, and that is quite a bit of them. Love them. And then I've just been eating some type of veggie with all this. So last week I had Swiss chard. I had the leaves that come on, like your beets. I've had kale. I've done the frittata. I've done omelets. I've done Brussels sprouts. Like literally whatever vegetable I have in that refrigerator, I will just heat it up or saute it in the pan really quick before I make an egg or like whatever. And that is the veggie that I have with it. I have been doing that because I find that if I get really full in the morning, I don't stray too much in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for things to eat. So like this morning, I had the bagels with a piece of frittata that I had made on Sunday. And it's basically kale with a little bit of egg. There's some tomato and onion in there. It was really good. I had that with sardines. And this morning, I really didn't have time to do anything over and above that. Some mornings I'll have a little bit of that morning soup with it. But for the most part, if I'm not able to have the soup, like it's not a big deal because the soup is really more of like a ritual, if you will. Like it just slows you down. Like if you want to have a slow morning, then make the soup because that'll force you to sit down and like take your time while you eat. This morning, I had to get up and take care of those kids and drop them off at school. So I didn't have time for soup this morning. I had time for the bagel, the sardines, and the warmed up frittata from Sunday. And it was perfect. It was great. It was delicious. It did what I needed it to do. And I truly wasn't hungry until after my workout. So I feel as if that breakfast is a good, powerful breakfast. Mind you, I ate that breakfast at like 6:30 this morning. And I was fine until it was time for me to eat lunch. And my lunch wasn't ready until like 12. Once my workout was done, I finished working out at like 11:30. I put some chicken tenders, the really good ones that I like from Costco. I put them in the air fryer for like 14 minutes, warmed up some Brussels sprouts that I also made on Sunday, and had that for lunch. And so now I'm sitting here talking to y'all, and I have already premeditated. That southern accent was about to come all the way out. I have also premeditated a school pickup iced latte for myself that I'm going to make here at home and take it with me. And we all know what that means. I'm basically going to make the tiniest bit of coffee, and I'm going to use one of these Ensure shakes. I'm going to put it over ice. I'm going to stir it up with some of that sugar-free vanilla syrup, and it tastes really good. Truly, that Ensure is like sweet enough that you don't need much flavor like beyond it. Trust me when I tell you the Ensure, the sugar-free vanilla syrup is like enough. And then you just put enough coffee in it so that you can taste it. And girl, I'm gonna have me a real good time during pickup today. I'm gonna have me a real good time in pickup today, especially because I know today is not a heavy cook day for me. I'm gonna make that salmon. I'm gonna make that aioli sauce. They're going to have leftover sides from yesterday. Well, no, they're actually not because I ate the Brussels sprouts for lunch. There's still corn on the cob from yesterday, though, so I'm going to warm that up for them. I will probably make them some green beans or broccoli. I'll let them pick, and I know they're going to pick broccoli. I'll make them that, and we're going to have a very good dinner. I'm very excited about it because it is an easy cook day. It is an easy cook day. And I love an easy cook day. And we're trying something new with the aioli sauce. And so we'll see how that goes. But that's what's been on my table. Like I said, I'm trying to log my food, and I'm trying my best to eat the things that I know get you the results, girl. Like I'm trying to hang in there. And it's really hard to come off of eating whatever you want, whenever you want. And then having to switch back into this re-entry into this it's very difficult, girl. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. It's been hard because like I have not seen Five Guys. I haven't seen I haven't seen a patty melt. I cannot even tell you when's the last time I saw one, but I would like to see one. I would like to see one. I would like to see one, probably not today, but maybe in my near future. I'm like, I would like to see a patty melt and just see if it still is doing all right. Like if it still looks the same and tastes the same as it did the last time I saw it. I don't know. But girl, I'm trying to hang in there. Trying to hang in there. So let's talk about a few things, okay? Just maybe, should we call this a little bit of a life update? Probably not. That's a stretch. First thing I want to talk about is hair. And right in this moment, I cannot remember what prompted me to write this down on my outline to talk about this. But whatever it is I saw online, a TikTok video. It always goes back to TikTok, does it not? A girl on TikTok was talking about how she read a cosmetology textbook to learn the science behind hair because she was tired of dealing with the people in the hair salon, hairstylists in general, yada, yada, yada. And everything she was saying was making perfectly good sense to me. But then it occurred to me like, oh yeah, duh, Tia, you can check out a cosmetology textbook, read about the things you want to learn about, and then just go turn that book back in. Like, duh. Because me and my daughter are in a very strange hair place right now, right? We're in a very strange hair place. Some of this I've talked about before, so I'm going to try to do a quick recap for anyone who might be coming to our call for the first time. So we have a hairstylist that we love. She's great. She does amazing blowouts, amazing silk presses, amazing haircuts, amazing hair color. She is amazing. She is always on time. She is always so professional. She tells you everything you need to know to take care of your hair. Love her down, love her real bad. However, when it's time to make an appointment with her, you can only schedule an appointment one time during the month. And that is on the first Saturday of the month at 12 o'clock. On the first Saturday of the month at 12 o'clock, her books open. When those books open, you've got to be in that app ready to snatch down as many appointments as you can for the next month. So for example, on this Saturday, the books will open at 12 o'clock for you to book an appointment with her for April, right? Got it. We got that. And that's really not that much of a problem, except I really don't know much about my life in April. I don't know which days would probably be the better days for me to get my hair done in the month of April. I just don't know. What I do know is I'm a workout girl, right? So ideally, I would only want to get my hair done on Friday so that I can enjoy it all weekend. And then Monday I go back to working out. But you're not going to be able to book an appointment on Friday because Friday is for regulars, right? People who don't have to go into the app and play Hunger Games because they have a standing appointment every Friday at this time. And in order for you to get an appointment on a Friday, one of those people has to not go. They have to cancel their appointment for that appointment to get thrown out to the wolves. And then if you catch it, you catch it, right? May the best woman win. Okay. My daughter does not get out of school until late. This hair salon is a good 40 minutes away, right? But it's an easy drive. It's all back roads. We're never stuck in traffic or anything like that. It's a direct 40 minutes from my house to that salon, which is normal for the Atlanta metro area. I also want to toss that out there, but for someone who might live somewhere else, girl, that's normal for here. Here, everything is 45 minutes away, and that's on a good day. Okay, so that's no problem. But that just means the earliest I can get her to an appointment is probably 4 o'clock or after 4 o'clock on a school day. And that's fine. And that too is fine. However, when you're fighting the good fight in the app, it's hard to snatch up those time slots, of course, because everybody wants the later time slots because everybody wants to be able to go to work and then get off work and go get their hair done. Or they want to be able to get out of school, go get their hair done. We're fighting the good fight. For me, I can go get my hair done during the day, but it really doesn't serve me to get my hair done on a Tuesday morning. You know what I'm saying? Because then that means all week long, now I'm out of pocket for my own life. I can't quite live my own life because I'm trying to preserve the silk press. Can't even go for a walk outside because I'm natural. And as soon as any type of humidity, air, moisture, if I start sweating, anything is going to cause my hair to revert. And now we're back where we started from, which, I'm not hating on. I'm just saying after I've paid for it to be one way, I would like to enjoy it that way for at least a good 48 hours. But preferably, I would like for that 48 hours to not be during the week. I would like for the 48 hours to be on the weekend. Okay? On the weekend. So that's the problem there. But love her. It's just the timing of it all isn't a good match for us. Now, I call myself trying to find like a plan B hairstylist, like a backup hairstylist that we can go to when we are unable to get into our number one girl. I said to myself, this would be a great way for us to get our hair done. It's much closer to home. That way we can get over there after school. Boom, boom, boom. This might really be great. I said, like any good mother does, let me go over here and try this lady first. And if I like her, then I will bring my daughter. I go over there on January 23rd, and I remember it because I got my hair done before my surgery, right? It was the Friday before my surgery. I go over there. I get my hair done. I tell the lady I just want to twist out, like just because that's what my daughter does. My daughter loves a twist out. Lives and breathes by the twist out. So I'm like, give me a twist out because, if this goes well, I will bring my daughter back and my daughter is going to want a twist out. That is very important for this story that I told that lady on January 23rd that when I bring my daughter, she is going to want a twist out. That is why you're giving me a twist out so that I can see what the twist out is going to look like, right? Shampoo, condition. She gives me a little slight trim. She twists my hair. I'm under the dryer. I'm out of there. I wear my twist home because I knew I was having surgery on Monday and it was no point in the twist getting taken out. I wear my twists for about a week. Then I take them out. My hair is exactly what you would expect it to be. When you take out twists, I was happy with it. There were a couple things about it though that I'm like, oh, but when my daughter goes, she not going to want it exactly like this, but yeah, like we're on to something here. Okay, fast forward to, I believe it was February the 4th. We go to this salon and my daughter sits down in the chair. And as any good mother does, I give that lady a consultation on my daughter's hair because I've been doing her hair for 15 years. Hairstylists have come and go, right? Hairstylists have come and go. And let me just also say, because I forgot to say this, the number one hairstylist that does the really great silk press, love that too for my daughter, but my daughter is not a silk press girly. Like she actually would prefer it if she never wore her hair straight, like in a silk press. Okay, so back to this. Okay, so I sit her down in the chair and I'm giving this lady a consultation and I'm telling her, these are her trouble spots. These are some of the issues that we've been having with her hair that like I haven't been able to master, but like, girl, I'm doing the best I can. I am not a cosmetologist. These are some of the things that we've been doing with her hair over the years, but we're not doing those things anymore. Like this is our hair goal right now. This is what we're trying to do. And she wants a twist out. She wants a twist out. The same one you gave me, but without the setting lotion, because she's going to want a soft twist out. She's not going to want like mine was a little crunchy. My twist out was, I mean, as the days went on, it was less crunchy and it was more soft, but I had a lot of product in my hair, a lot, which is probably why that twist out lasted as long as it did. And it lasted for a long time, but yeah. And I knew my daughter wouldn't want that. She likes for her twist out to be light and fluffy, very airy. If she's outside and the wind blows, she wants that whole twist out blowing in the wind. You know what I'm saying? She likes for her twist out to eventually become like a crinkly afro. If it gets to that point, like if the humidity and everything just comes together perfectly, that's what she wants, right? So I'm telling the lady, basically flat twist her hair. Just don't put setting lotion on it. Just do it with leave-in conditioner. And that's it, because that is going to give her the look that she wants. I should have known when that lady started to tell me the reasons, like why I guess you could not get a like day 10 look on a day 1 twist out. That really should have been my first red flag. Because she immediately started telling me like, oh, you can't get like what she's asking or like what you're asking for. You're not going to be able to get that on day 1. And I assured her, I was like, yeah, no. I know it's not going to be exactly how she likes to wear it on day 1. But yeah, by day 2 or 3, as long as you don't weigh it down in setting lotion, like it'll be what we want it to be. Trust me, because I've been doing her twist outs at home and that's how they turn out. Now, in that moment, it did not occur to me to show her a picture of my daughter's hair, like after I've done it. In that moment, that didn't cross my mind. So me and the lady finally get to a place where we're like, okay, yeah, girl, just do the twist out. Do the twist out. And like, let's just let it be that. Okay. I watched her trim my daughter's hair just to make sure we weren't cutting off a whole bunch of hair. Once the trim was over, I said to them, well, I'm going to go walk around, do a little shopping, whatever, and I'll be back because you should be getting twisted and then you should be sitting under the dryer for a little bit. And then like, girl, we're going to be out of here. I walked around for probably a good 45 to 50 minutes because when I'm coming back into the salon, I'm expecting that my child is going to be under the dryer with enough of that moisture dried up so that we could come home, mind you, because it's a school night. And if her hair still needed to sit under the dryer, she could sit under the dryer here at home. I get there and she is still sitting in the salon chair, like she's still at the station. What I am looking at is not a twist out as we discussed it. What I am looking at is little ringlets. They're not really twists. Like she was doing some technique with like the comb where they end up looking like, I mean, and this is an awful way to describe it, but it's looking like little inchworms. Like it's looking like little tubes. It's looking like little skinny straws, but it wasn't a straw set. Because you remember back in the day when you used to get a straw set, it wasn't that. No, it wasn't that. It was something, it looked like she parted it as if she was going to do box braids, but then she had created these little curls, like these little, tube-like curls using the comb. And so I would say well over 50% of my daughter's head was already done like this. And because I am who I am, and even if I say the right thing, I know my body language and my face doesn't match. It never does. So I walk in there and I'm looking at her hair. And so I'm waiting for the lady to say something to me because I'm like, this is not what we discussed. And she goes, oh, once I was done, like prepping her hair to style it, she was like, I decided that it would probably come out better if I did this kind of technique for her. And I asked her if it was okay if we did her twist a different way. And before that lady said anything else, I was like, okay, she is every bit of 15 years old. I said, and as a matter of fact, she is a very soft-spoken, quiet 15 years old. She's also kind of shy with people she doesn't know. I said, so for you to change the plan that we discussed after I was gone and you ask her about it, she's not going to tell you no. Like, you're a grown up. She's not going to tell you no. She's not going to say anything in the opposition to you because that's just not who she is. She's probably thinking to herself like, oh, well, you're the hairstylist. My mama brought me over here. If you want to do something different, girl, as long as it's a twist out at the end of the day, I'm fine with it. Then I said to the lady, I asked for flat twists because she is not going to wear twists to school. Like, she's not going to wear these twists to school. You just gave her a style, I guess, assuming that she was going to keep this in her head for 3 weeks. I said, and maybe I didn't make it clear to you that she likes wearing her hair like in a twist out, meaning we take the twist out. But yeah, she's going to say whatever right now in this chair because she doesn't want to seem rude. But tomorrow morning, when it's time for her to go to school, it'll be a whole different story. And I'll be the one stuck at home dealing with an emotional teenager because she doesn't like her hair. Because it's not what I asked you to do. So then I go back and I sit in the lobby waiting area because I'm like, we've been here. Our appointment was for 4:30. It is now like every bit of probably 6, maybe even 6:30. She's got to finish doing these ringlet things, and then this child still has to sit under the dryer. I'm fire alarm hot because I'm like, this is what people talk about on the internet. You come in here, you ask for a certain thing, you expect to pay for a certain thing, and then a certain thing just doesn't get done. And it was in that moment that I said to myself, now I got to become a cosmetologist too. Because I have a lot of jobs. I know how to do a lot of things. As we know, I cook. I'm a good chauffeur. I'm a good Uber, Lyft driver. I'm a good executive assistant. I can plan anything and research anything all the way down for you, book it, plan it, while you're still trying to come up with the concept of a plan. Do you know what I'm saying? I can do a lot of things right up there with the best of them. Right up there with the best of them. If I can read about it, I can do it. But it doesn't mean I want to. Some things I would just like to outsource. But that night, sitting in that salon, I said to myself, oh, Tia, baby, now you're going to have to become a cosmetologist as well, because what people are not going to do is play with your time. I'm not going to keep traipsing this child all over the greater Atlanta area, letting different people play in her hair, play in my face, and play in my pocket. When I ask for one thing, I tell them exactly what we need them to do in a dress, and then they come back and try to do something different. And it would be one thing if you were coming back and telling me something that was actually helpful, that was actually going to help me take care of her hair at home or help me in between appointments. Something that I'm open to, and I welcome that type of information. This right here is you going rogue, doing something that you wanted to do. It wasn't even what I paid you to do, and it's not going to give me the desired look. And that is when, while I was mad, that's when I remembered, like, oh, girl, you can show her a picture of that child's hair in your phone, because she's sitting here telling me, like, oh, you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that. And when I mean to tell you, that lady went on and on and on. When I came back and saw what was being done, once my daughter was under the dryer, we had a very extensive conversation that gave me enough red flags that I was like, oh, yeah, no, baby, we won't be back. But during that time, I was like, oh, yeah, let me show you a picture of her, of when I have done her hair at home, day one. This is what she looks like. I showed her the picture, and you probably could have bought that lady with $1. Because all 40 years of her cosmetology experience just got ate up. She looked at me and she said, oh, well, if you can get her hair to look like that on day one, you should keep doing her hair at home and maybe only bring her in here for like a trim. She was like, because that's not something I'm going to be able to do. And I said, okay, bet, got you. Got you. Came home that night, got on TikTok, started looking at hair videos that address the concerns like I have for her. Came across the girl that was like, oh, girl, read a cosmetology textbook. I said, say less. I requested them at the library, went and picked them up last week. And baby, we about to go to cosmetology school right here at home. Right here at home. I've already learned enough that I went to the beauty supply store, bought a product that, just based on what I had read about moisturizing hair, I felt like, okay, well, this is worth a shot. It's not even expensive. The product was only $11. It's actually made right here in Atlanta, actually. It was made by a dermatologist. Bought the product last night. I'm doing the baby's hair. I used the product on her hair. This morning, her hair was so well moisturized, so soft, so fluffy. I think the only thing I could have done better yesterday is I could have used more of like the twisting cream that I use to like get the twists to form their shape. But that ain't nothing I can't fix tonight. When I twist her hair before she goes to bed, I can put a little bit more twist cream on there and it'll be perfect for tomorrow. And I said, oh, I'm going to learn me something today. And I'm going to save myself a lot of time and aggravation. I sure will. Because if you, lady, who you've been doing hair for 40 years, if you just told me I should keep doing her hair at home, baby, that's exactly what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I shared the 2 cosmetology books I'm using right now. I shared them on Instagram the other day. I'll put them in my permanent posts on the feed. Those books also have everything you need to know about skincare, right? They teach you all about skin. So I've been reading about that too, and the different products and the different ingredients and the different procedures you might want to go do. They also teach you about makeup application and how to apply it for different face shapes. A treasure trove of knowledge is in these cosmetology books. So much so that I think that when it's time for me to return that one to the library, I'm going to go on a used book website and see if I can't buy one, because it's literally a beauty Bible. Low key. Anything you want to know about your skin, your hair, your nails, and how to do them better, or at the very least, how to make sure you're getting what you pay for when you go into these places. Yeah. And so like now you'll know the difference between like a protein treatment. Well, for the people who might not know, because like, girl, I'm not going to lie to you. I go in there and I'm like, what do you think I need? They'll say, oh, you need such and such. And then I just go with it. But now I can be a much more informed client, because I can go in there and say, I actually want so-and-so, or I want this kind of procedure. I want that kind of treatment. Absolutely. If you have never thought about flipping through a cosmetology textbook, please go to your local library, pull one up, check it out, read what you need to read about for yourself, and girl, return that book. And let's see if that does not help us all elevate our beauty routine. And as far as it goes for my daughter and I, we will continue to look for someone that just specializes in healthy hair, that can do a twist out, that my daughter is happy with, and call it a day. And maybe they can also do my hair on a Friday so that I can also enjoy it on the weekends. And it's just a simple appointment making process for me. We shall see. I feel like the whole hair thing is like a lot of look here lately. You know, I talked about this a little bit last week on Instagram in my stories, but one day while I was in Kroger, I was in self-checkout waiting for an employee to come back and tell me whether or not they had any fennel. The lady next to me had on a cute hot pink 2-piece little workout set. She had a cute little hat on and a cute little fanny pack. And I just knew that lady had just come from the gym because all the signs were there, right? When I mean to tell you that lady's body was absolute T, it was like a capital TEA. A, the hot kind. She looked so good. She was in shape. She was fit. Nothing was like, she wasn't like overly bulky and she wasn't overly lean or anything like that. She was like, her body looked like a naturally in shape body. And as I'm trying to watch for this employee to come back and tell me that these people ain't got no fennel, I keep also glancing over at her because she's also waiting for someone to come back and tell her something. Oh, she was getting a price check on an item that was supposed to be on sale. And I think they had the wrong sign up. And she was like, nah, y'all gonna give me what the sign says. I don't care if y'all forgot to take the sign down. I want it as it was advertised. And absolutely, yes, you should pay the advertised price. So while we're waiting, I had to tell her. I was like, oh my gosh, you look amazing. Where do you train? She tells me where she trains. And then I say, oh my gosh, I'm a member of that gym too. And then she also is a woman that says the right thing, but is written all over her face. She ain't got to say a word. She don't have to say a word. That lady was looking at me like, oh, well, baby, if you have a membership over there, you probably need to start scanning it and going inside the building. Okay? Scan it and go inside the building and then do something while you're in there. And that was the expression on her face. But she was being nice to me. And she was like, well, yeah, like I'm a fitness fanatic. Like I work out all the time because I asked her if she had a trainer there. And she was like, no, she was like, but I'm a fitness fanatic. Like I work out several times a day. I'm there all the time. Like baby, fitness is what I do. You know what I'm saying? And again, she's looking at me like, and fitness can't possibly be what you do. And what I wanted to say to that lady, but I didn't, is like, well, first of all, I'm just coming off of a very traumatic medical experience, number one. Number two, prior to that, I too was a fitness fanatic. Just number two. Number three, oh, baby, you don't know it, but you just lit a match inside me. Lest you think, and I know we don't even know each other, but lest you think I'm one of them, baby, I'm not one of them. I'm me. I'm me. And when I decide that I'm going to do something, oh, I do it. And I do it all the way. Now, am I going to be working out all day, every day? Absolutely not. I have more things to do. Little tea lady in Kroger. I have other things that I need to do. However, I know it doesn't take all day to get good results. But with the way you're looking at me right now, lets me know that, yeah, I need to like pull it together. And also, lady, number 3 or 4, I'm not sure where we are in the chronological order by litany. I just came from my mama's house. And no tea, no shade, no lemonade. When I'm down at my mama's house, my mama feeds me like I don't eat enough when I'm not in her presence. So I'm inflamed right now too, because I done had cheesesteaks, prime rib, mashed potatoes. I've had croissants. I've had pancakes. I've had eggs, onion sausage, regular sausage. I've had all the things. I think one day I even had a Dr. Pepper. I've had actual coffee with sugar in it. I've had all the things I normally don't ever have. And I had that for 4 days straight. It's kind of like I was on vacation. So you're not even seeing like a good representation of me right now today in this Kroger. Also, lady, I know I look a mess because I need to do my hair and like all the things, and all that stuff matters because you just came from the gym and you look cute. Like you look like, you know, like things are going well for you. Like things are going well for you. And on that particular day in Kroger, I looked like everything that I have been through and probably plus some. But I said, oh, baby, I'm going to pull it together. I'm going to pull it together because you just told me everything I needed to be told without telling me. You just lit my match. So within
the limitations of what I can do, I'm going to start doing something. Because what she did say to me, because while she didn't tell me like exactly what she does, because she was like, oh, I just work out all the time. I'm a fitness fanatic. She kind of, I don't want to call it gatekeeping, but she definitely didn't tell me like exactly what her training program was or anything like that. She just said like, oh yeah, you probably just need to be doing more. Like whatever it is you are doing, she was like, you probably need to be doing more of it. Like you need to look at what you do and then multiply it so that you're doing more of it. Because what you're doing right now is not enough. Like it was almost like she was saying like, oh baby, I could never have that as my fitness routine and still look like this. Like, no, baby, you need to amp it up. Whatever you're doing, young lady, you need to do it. And then when you think you're finished doing it, do it some more, is what that woman wanted to tell me. And I know it had to be on the tip of her tongue because she was every bit, I would say, of somewhere closer to 60. But you wouldn't know that. Like she doesn't look like that. She doesn't look like that. But yeah, she was much older than me and like quite possibly many of us listening to this podcast. So when she was looking at me, that's probably why it really hit, because I felt like she was like a disappointed auntie or something. Like my little Kroger auntie was looking at me like, yeah, you say you want it, but girl, I don't know. Because right now you ain't doing enough to get there. And I said, okay, bet. Lady, I can show you better than I can tell you. I can show you. So, not exactly that day, because I let that sit with me for a couple days. Because see, here's the thing. The thing is, you hear the things people say. Sometimes, even though if it's honest, it still might rub you the wrong way, even if it's the truth, right? Even if it's delivered in a nice way. Like that lady wasn't mean to me or anything. I could just tell that she wanted to be like, child, please. You know what I'm saying? So I let that sit in my spirit for a few days. And as one does while they're scrolling on the internet, you get ads for things. And there was one ad that I kept getting all the time because, my algorithm is like a heavy fitness algorithm. And I kept getting this ad for, I think her name is Kelly, but it's the Ladder app. And it's like, oh, the Ladder app this and train with Kelly that. And Kelly's body is also like insane, right? Kelly's body is also insane. I don't know anything about Kelly. I don't know how old Kelly is. I don't know if Kelly got kids. I don't know. I don't know nothing about Kelly. I just know that every time I see Kelly, but I never see Kelly's waist. That's what I do know. And so the other day I was like, you know what? Let me click on this app and see what the Ladder app is all about. And I will download it. They're giving you a free trial. There's no credit card required for the app. So your free trial is truly a free one. So I was like, why not? What else am I doing over the next 7 days? I'm going to be working out anyway. I may as well try something new. I did the welcome workout on Sunday. It was my first workout with them. And it was the welcome workout. And I thought it was nice. I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. It's cute. The app is very easy to use. It connects to your Apple Watch. It shows up in like your rings and circles, if that means anything to you. It's a really easy to, that particular workout was very easy to follow. Very user-friendly. What I loved about it was the only time you hear the coach talking is when they are actually cueing you for movement. They are not saying a word outside of that, right? Your own music seamlessly plugs right into the app. Like you can listen to your own music while you're working out. Their voices will come over your music when it's time to cue you to do something. There's a little bell that rings when you've got 10 seconds left in any one exercise. But because I use my watch, like my watch will vibrate to let me know like, oh, it's only 10 seconds left of this, girl. Hang in there. And I love that, right? The workouts themselves, so today I did my second one. The welcome workout was, like a nice little taste. It was like a little amuse-bouche, a nice little appetizer, if you will. It gave you something, gave you just enough to know that, like, oh, the real workouts are probably good. Like, they're probably really good. So today I did my first in-program real workout. And when I mean to tell you, I was sweating. And it's nothing over the top or crazy. It's just straightforward exercise. I think at one point my heart rate did get up to 144, and it's just dumbbells. The program that I'm doing is like a strength training program mixed in with like a little bit of Pilates, but not necessarily in like that Pilates sculpt type format. Let's say if we work out for 43 minutes like I did today, the first half of the workout will be like dumbbells, like regular functional training. You might do some goblet squats. You might do some dumbbell snatches. You might do some tricep kickbacks, things that you have absolutely done before and you are very familiar with, right? Then the second half of the workout will be more Pilates focused. So you'll be like down on your mat doing core work that also could possibly incorporate dumbbells, but it doesn't always. So I like that. I like that it's kind of split in half. So you are working a lot of different muscle groups. I like that they give you enough time to rest and break in between either certain exercises or between the circuits themselves. So you have plenty of time to like regroup, gather your thoughts, and drink some water before you start the round over or move to a completely new round of exercises. And I just like that it's clean and it's quiet. Like I love that. And the only reason I'm bringing that up is because I know other apps that have instructors training you. The people will be training you, but they will also be up there yapping. And because I'm a little bit of a certified yapper, number one. Number two, I live in a house with other people who are actually not big yappers, but they are big yappers with me. So I talk to them. I talk to a lot of people because I have a big family. I talk to a lot of people on any given day, right? So when I'm working out, I really do want that to be like quiet time. Like I just want to be in my own thoughts, and I cannot be in my own thoughts if I'm focused on having good form, getting my reps in, and also listening to you tell me a story about what it was like growing up in Cincinnati, Ohio in the 1980s. I can't do it, and I don't want to. And I don't want to. And I just don't want to. So, just in case you were wondering, well, why didn't she train with Peloton? That's why. Because I can do cardio with Peloton. I can get on that bike, and I have been. I've been doing recovery rides. Really love them. But you know what I've been doing? I'm not even going to lie to you. I've been getting on that bike, doing recovery rides. I mute that bike, and I've been putting my beats in my ears and listening to my own music, because you don't need to hear them talk to know what cadence and resistance you need. The screen automatically like tells you they want you in between this range right here. So I've been listening to my own music. One day I did a recovery ride and I listened to Olivia Dean because I promised a friend that I would. It was a very nice album. That's a talented young lady. So I got to hear new music and get a ride in. Love that for me. When I get on the treadmill, I told y'all this a long time ago. When I'm on the treadmill, sometimes I'll do a class if I want to do like the automatic incline and I just want them to do it without me having to like think about doing it for myself. But even then, I'll mute them and just listen to my own music. But for the most part, when I'm on the treadmill, I watch something. I pull up a show on Netflix, or I'll go to YouTube and watch vlogs. That's kind of like my favorite thing to do while I'm on the treadmill. It's just to immerse myself in someone else's life who hopefully is not working out. I like to watch people dilly-dally or go on vacation while I'm on the treadmill. It's like my favorite thing. So yeah, like I do that because I'm like, I don't want to use that time to talk. And I feel like if you're talking to me, then I have to listen. So and I know there's nothing they can do about that because that's their bread and butter. They actually want their users to have somewhat of a parasocial relationship with those instructors. So you buy into the brand because you feel a connection to these people. And I get it. It's very smart. I understand it. And I'm going to pay my subscription, my membership. It's going to get paid every month regardless. Like, you're going to get my money. But as far as strength training goes for me, yeah, I might just do that with somebody else for the peace and quiet of it all. And then I know someone might say, well, like, then why don't you just mute the strength training classes? Well, because then you can't hear the cues. Like, and you need the cues for the strength training. Like, you need to hear, like, when you're moving on to something else or when your time is up for a certain thing. And even though Peloton does give you the opportunity to say like more music or like less music, meaning the audio, they just push whatever you select, they push that sound forward. So if I say more instructor, less music, they will push the instructor's voice forward, but that really doesn't do anything for me if he's still going to talk about how he got his first pet lab in the 2nd grade and they named him Bunny and everybody thought that was funny because it was a dog, but they wanted to name him Bunny. It doesn't really help me with that. And as I'm learning more about myself, I am making sure that my life actually is in alignment with the things that I've learned about myself. Over the past 7 months, one other thing that I learned about myself is that I would know things and I would know like my preferences or how I would like for things to be or like whatever. And I wasn't allowing myself to either really like have those things or like live in whatever that space was or do the things the way I actually wanted them to do because I was putting the needs and priorities of others like over myself. And I rarely ever said no to anybody, like ever. And so I was doing a lot of things that weren't necessarily things that I either needed to be doing or wanted to do because I was like helping other people do things and I was busy just doing a lot of things all the time. And now that I see things from a different perspective, I'm like, oh, no, you actually only really do get to live one time. And it would be a shame for your one time to come to an end and you spent the most of it not doing anything that you really ever wanted to do for whatever the reason, be it as little or as big as that is the thing might be for you. And so for me, a very little thing is, yeah, when I'm strength training, I really don't want to hear stories about your childhood. I'm happy for you though. Like I'm glad, you got the dog or I'm glad whatever, yay for you. But when I'm working out, I really would just prefer to just hear my music. And then you tell me when we're going on to the next exercise. And then you cue me for my form. And that app, the Ladder app, does that very well. They like cue your form really well. I don't know. It's just good. And I don't even know how much the Ladder app is going to cost when this 7-day trial is over. I've been trying to snoop around on the internet and find out. I don't know how much it's going to be, but whatever it is, I'm highly considering paying it so that I can finish this 6-week program. I would only be paying for it for 6 weeks. So I'm like, yeah, let me do this 6-week program to see what type of results I get from it. And if I feel like I get really great results from it, I don't know, girl, maybe I might let it stick around. I don't know because what I do know is we're in March and in April, that Pilates membership comes back. So I feel like the Ladder app could take me into being able to go back to the studio, but we're going to put a little pencil, a little dot right there, and we'll come back to that on another call because I've still been thinking about what to do about that. And I don't have a solution for it yet. Like I don't know what I'm going to do about Pilates. But anyway, so those are my thoughts. And that's my review on the Ladder app. If you see it in an ad, that is the one I'm talking about. I feel like it really does have good workouts. If you're looking for an app that gives you really good, just basic exercise that's formatted really well, I feel as if the app could be a good solution for you. And they have several different programs in there. When you first log, or like not log in, but when you first go in and they ask you all of those different qualifying questions to determine what's going to be a good match for you, based on what you tell it, they're going to offer you 3 different programs. And they'll say, like, based on what you told us, we think these 3 coaches would be best for you based on how they train and what their fitness philosophies are. And then you get to play a video of those coaches talking about what you can expect in their 6-week program. I don't know. It's just done very well. It's done very well. And as I'm sitting here talking to you right now, I do feel not very sore, but I feel like, yeah, like I worked out today. Like they leave you feeling like you worked out without making you feel completely drained. So check it out if you've never seen it, or if you're looking for a workout app that makes it super easy just to follow a strength training program. I don't know how many people watched the NAACP awards the other night. I have gotten to a place where I really don't watch award shows anymore, like live. I only watch them live when I know something monumental might happen, right? So I didn't watch the NAACP Image Awards the other night, but I did watch the fashion. I saw the fashion, and then that was it. I went to bed. Some of the best dressed. We gonna keep it black, but we gonna keep it brief. Lene, she looked great. She looked stunning. Loved the dress, loved the hair, loved her makeup. I feel like she was my top look of the night. I like it when people stay true to like their own style aesthetic for award shows, and they don't try to put on like a red carpet costume. And I felt like she looked amazing. With that being said, I also thought Viola Davis looked great in that burgundy color that she had on, and her bob with the bangs, that looked really good on her. But then again, I'm just a Viola Davis stan, and I rarely ever like put her in like a worst dress category, like not out loud, but just like mentally. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, so-and-so didn't quite get it right this time. I don't ever do that for Viola Davis. Love her real bad. And then I love Kerry Washington's dress, which is a very traditional red carpet look. It really reminded me of a dress Julia Roberts wore to the Oscars like a long time ago. And I don't know if that was the same dress, but yeah, she looked incredible. I really liked that black and white on her. Michael B. Jordan won an award. Sinners keeps just racking up all of the things. At the SAG Awards, he won again, and he was very touched and moved by that. The cast of Sinners won an award, and it's really looking good for them for the Oscars. I will be watching the Oscars because I want to see him win his first Academy Award live. And if he does not win that Academy Award, well, I mean, what are we going to say? We're going to say, well, that's what they do. That's what they do to us every time. We'll know someone deserves it, and for whatever reason, they're going to give it to Timothy Chalamet, the little boy that's dating Kylie Jenner, him. But I think they broke up. I think I saw that on TikTok that they are no longer together. I don't know because I don't keep up with the sisters, but I want to say that's the rumor that I heard on TikTok. But yeah, hopefully not. I mean, hopefully he gets it. I would like to see Ryan Coogler win. I would like to see Sinners win for Best Motion Picture. I would just like to see them go up there and win Oscar after Oscar after Oscar after Oscar, and it just be a really big night. That would be incredible, seeing as how the doom and gloom of the world keeps piling up like every day. If you take a break on social media these days, you miss a lot. And I say that as a girl that does not have cable television, so I don't see like live news. If I want to actually watch the news, I have to go out of my way to find it and do it. So because of that, I'm not constantly playing CNN or like MSNBC in my house all day. So things might be happening and I really won't know it until I get on the internet and I see it come across one of my feeds. I feel like one day I took some time off of Threads, and then the next day that I got up there, I'm pretty sure we were in the beginning stages of a new world war. And I don't know how this administration keeps finding the time to make it worser, but they keep finding the time to make it worser. Like, and I feel as if at this point, that must be the goal. I feel like right now, the goal must be every day when I wake up, let me figure out one more thing I can do to like make these people miserable, to make them wish that literally anybody else was in this White House but me. And I feel like that's how he wakes up every day. Like, let me see if I have done all of the bad things that I can do. And if I haven't, the first thing that's at the top of that list of things that I shouldn't be doing, I'm going to do one of those things. If it's illegal, I'm going to give it a try at least once and see if anybody says anything. And because people don't ever say anything to his face about nothing, they don't ever call his behind to the red carpet about nothing. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to make it the rest of this time with him over there, quote unquote, running stuff. Because it looks like he's just going to run it into the ground and then just peace out one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So what I would like is for the Academy Awards to come on TV and it be a bright moment. That's where I was going with this. It'll be a bright moment. One night where we can all be online, and for the most part, it is like full of glee. Like, yay, look at them. They won and they actually deserve to win. So we're all very much so happy about it and we're all in agreement. I couldn't even tell you anybody else that's nominated for stuff. Now, I know Ethan Hawke was nominated for something at the SAG Awards because I saw him in the thing, and I know Timothy Chalamet. I hope I'm saying that man's name right. I know he's nominated for something, but I feel like he kind of always is. I remember him last awards season being nominated for stuff. So yeah, but at the end of it all, I'm like, Michael B. Jordan deserves to win. He deserves to win. I really hope he wins. It would be very fun. It would be very exciting. And it would give us all like the feel goods, if only for one night, like Luther would say. Did y'all know Zendaya got married? They were interviewing La Roche on the red carpet for something. I don't know where he was and what he was supposed to be doing. And I don't know nothing about that. But I know he got interviewed more than once on that same red carpet. And people asked him like, oh, how has it been styling Zendaya for her upcoming nuptials, her upcoming wedding? Like, what do you think she's going to look like? What designers are y'all working with? Yada, yada, yada. And Law was like, oh, baby, that girl been married. Like, y'all missed it. She's married. She is actually Mrs. Spider-Man. Like, she has done that already. We've already picked the dress, got the dress. She wore the dress. The dress is probably now archived somewhere, and we'll never know it. We'll never see it, quite possibly. I would love to see bridal photos of her just because she is so stunning, and she's one of those people that when she does walk a carpet, or even when she's just out and photos are taken of her, they always look like photo shoot worthy photos, even when it's not that. You know what I'm saying? So I just know she ate down as a bride. I just know she did. And I would love to see at least the gown. It doesn't even have to be a photo of her in the gown, but like if we could see an illustration of the gown or a photo of the gown from maybe like the designer's social media or on their website, if Vogue could just very quickly do some type of like digital story of the gown and how the gown was made and how many hours of hand sewn this and that. We just want to know like the material. Was she a sparkly bride, or was she a lace bride, or was she a demure bride and it was just like satin and plain? Did she have a belt? Did she have a headband? Was her hair up? Was her hair down? Was it giving strapless? Was it halter? Did she have sleeves? Was she a mermaid? Was she a ball gown? Like, give us something, because she's such a fashion icon. We would just like a little nibble, like that Countess Vaughn meme that everybody likes to pass around. Just give us a little nibble and then we'll leave y'all alone. We don't have to see the actual bridal portraits. We don't have to see her and her family and Mr. Spider-Man on their actual wedding day. We just want to know what the dress looked like and who made it. Who was all over there when she was getting that dress made. That's all we want to know. Well, this past Friday night, I took my daughter to a K-pop concert. When I woke up that morning, I knew I was in for a long day. I knew I was in for a long day because this was not our first K-pop concert experience, so I knew what to expect. The last time we went, though, she was younger, so, I was in more control over like when we went and when we came home, because she really wasn't all over the internet looking at things and knowing about pre this and pre that and whatever, right? This time, though, was a little different because she's 15 now and she's into the fandom. So this time she knew all the things. So we get up Friday morning. Everyone goes to school. I come home, and I did share this on my Instagram. I was debating about doing my hair, but when I found out how long I was going to be outside, I said, oh, absolutely not. I was able to use a ponytail that I found in the basement to like pull my little look together at the last minute. Love that for me. Got dressed, did my makeup, all the things, went and checked the child out of school, brought her home, let her quickly change. And then we headed to State Farm Arena. On the way to State Farm Arena, we stopped at Chick-fil-A. She got something to eat. Everybody was happy. We get to State Farm Arena again in about 45 minutes. Now, when you go to a concert down there, you got to buy your parking. Your parking is sold separately, and parking is never free. Out of all the options that they had, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go ahead and buy parking at State Farm Arena, because when this is over, I don't want to have to, number one, remember how to get to whatever parking deck we was in and what level we was on or what parking lot we might be on some off street down here. I'm not doing none of that. I have learned my lesson several times over from Beyonce, and I'm not doing that with you late at night downtown Atlanta, right? So I said, we're going to buy parking right here at State Farm Arena. The baby wanted to get to the concert early enough so she could get in line to buy her merch. There were several items that she wanted to secure for herself, and the only way she felt like she was going to do that if she got there before all the other fans and she shopped. We get down to State Farm Arena. We get in line for the merch. It is 2:30, okay? It's 2:30. We got there at 2:30. We get in line maybe at like 2:35, right? That girl had her merch before 3 o'clock. Now, I don't know if she was anticipating it being like a very long line or what the thinking was behind that. But I'm like, oh, it's your day. This is your experience. I want you to have good memories. And I certainly want you to get the merch that you want, because I too am deep into a fandom and I understand what it's like to want to get there, get the merch you want, and just have everything secured so your little heart can be at peace. I get it. You know what I mean? You are your mother's child. I understand. So the merch was secure before 3 o'clock, which I'm happy for her, right? But at that moment, I was like, okay, well, they don't open the doors to State Farm Arena until 6:30. So like, girl, what is we going to do between now and 6:30? And she was like, oh, there's going to be a random pre-show dance party out here. And that's going to start like pretty soon. She was like, and I really wanted to do that because like, I want to do the videos and the TikTok dances and like all of the things. And I said, okay, well, you had an itinerary. You had this all planned out. I'm just here to drive you and buy you food and drinks. That was my only job. And I have successfully done those things. So let's go get really good seating at the little TikTok pre-show dance party, whatever it is. So we go, we put her merch back in the car. That's how good my parking spot was, y'all. My parking spot was at the door of Gate 5 of State Farm Arena. And when I mean at the door, I mean like imagine when you go to the grocery store, you get the first parking spot right up front. That is how my parking was at this concert, which for what they charge you for those parking spots, you would expect nothing less. Anyway, so we post up where the pre-show random dance TikTok thing is going to be. And sure enough, around maybe 3:15, 3:30, people start coming to that area. And they're like all standing around. All of the outfits and the costumes are lovely. These concert goers range anywhere in age from like 10 years old all the way up. But for the most part, it was like young 20 somethings. Like they might have been like 18 to 24, right? Everybody knows every dance to every song. And when I mean to tell you those children danced from 3:30 until like 5:45 when people started getting in line at the different gates to get inside the show, they danced for like 2.5 hours to so many different songs. And they knew the dances to all of them, I sat there and I said to myself, well, number one, dang, these kids spend a lot of time on the internet. But also with that being said, at least they are doing something that's kind of innocent and sweet. They're literally just learning choreography and practicing it to the point where they can do it with a group of people they don't know. There is no leader. Like there was no one like leading the way or like being out front. None of that. Literally, someone had a laptop, like the girl and the guy that had organized this random thing. They had a laptop plugged up to a portable speaker, and the playlist was set. Between each song, the playlist said 3, 2, 1, counting down to the next song starting. Each song played for like maybe 30 seconds or less. And when the song would start to play, people would rush out to like what we will call the main stage. They would do the dance. And when the song went off, the floor would clear and they would wait for the countdown for the next song to start. And if you knew the song, you went out there and did it. If you kind of sort of didn't know it, but maybe you knew it, you would kind of do it off to the side. Everybody was singing. These children put on their own show before the actual show even started. We got in line at about 5:45 at State Farm Arena. Well, and I don't know if it was just the show we went to. I don't know if this is common practice for them because I have only ever been to concerts at Mercedes-Benz where you walk through a metal detector. If that thing don't go off, they keep the party moving. Over here at State Farm Arena, you going in 2 by 2. You going in 2 by 2. They're scanning your bag. They're scanning you. And if anything about you beeps, baby, they're stripping you down. How do I know that? Because when I walked through the thing, I beeped and the lady couldn't see why I was beeping. And so she said to me, can you just take off maybe like all of your bracelets and see if that's why this thing is beeping? I took off all of my bracelets and I was able to walk through. And then after that happened, I said to myself, oh yes, one of my bracelets is metal. So yeah, I think that's why I beeped. But yeah, so it was a little slow getting let into the venue. We got into the venue at 7. We went to our seats. We were both very happy with our seats. She said she didn't want no snack, nothing to drink, nothing like that. She was just amped and ready for the show to start. The show started exactly at 8 o'clock when it was supposed to. It got out at maybe 10:30, 10:40. It was a high energy show from start to finish. The lighting was incredible. The stage was perfect. It was a 360 stage. So technically there was not a bad seat in the venue, but it was a 360 stage and they utilized the whole stage. I thought that was probably one of the smartest things that I've seen concert wise in a long time. And y'all know whose concerts I go to. But I was just like, oh, this stage is like genius. Whoever came up with that is like extremely smart. The sound was good. It was loud. It was fun. And I could see why all of these young people gravitated towards this group because, yeah, the songs were catchy and they were fun. Now, of course, with it being 9 people in that pop group, some of them I think are just filler. Like all of y'all, everybody is not here for the work, for it all. There were like 2 of them that I'm like, oh yeah, y'all could probably go solo and be all right because y'all got it. That it factor, like the whole thing, y'all got it. It's in you. It's not on you. The rest of y'all, some of y'all just might be having an off night. But then the rest of y'all, yeah, baby, y'all are just collecting a check. I think they just got y'all up here just because. But really, it's kind of like that video that was going around of Mary J. Blige where she was just kind of like doing the dance, but it really wasn't giving. And then when y'all pointed that out to her, she got mad at y'all and said sometimes she's tired and she don't feel like doing it. That's what these girls are young. So they can't quite use the same excuse as Mary J. Blige. But yeah, they were kind of out there like we could have done a better job. Me, you, and pick 2 of your friends, girl. We could have gotten up there and put on a better show than like the 4 stragglers. But the other 5 of them, because it's 9 of them, the other 5 of them, out of the 5 that are strong, 2 of them are incredibly strong. And then those other 3, are great. They round them out very well. So it was a great show. We ended up getting home shortly after 11:30. By the time I ate a little food, washed my face, took a shower and all of that, it was definitely midnight. Friday night reminded me of a few things. Number 1, I don't stay up late. I am not up late at all, ever. So it took me all of Saturday to recover. And that was like not even a like party hangout. Like I wasn't drinking or anything like that. It was just the fact that I was awake with all of that noise for all of those hours from 3 something until 10:30. It was nonstop K-pop music. Like, and it was loud and it was a lot happening. I was overstimulated, but I hung in there. I also had to drive home in the dark with astigmatism for 45 minutes. The same 45 minutes it took for me to get down there. It took me that same 45 minutes to get back home. But see, the thing about it is, when the sun goes down in Atlanta, that opens up whatever realm the crazy drivers live in. Then they all come out like vampires at night and they drive crazy and they zoom around you like this is like a NASCAR F1 situation. And it's really not. This is really I-75. And I don't even know what the speed limit is out there. But I know it's not what some of y'all are doing. And I don't even know where y'all are going. But wherever you're going, I know it doesn't take all of that to get there. So between the people driving crazy, my astigmatism, the fact that I was really just tired, and all of the things, yeah, that was a very stressful 45 minutes. My nerves were on edge. When we pulled into the garage, I literally could have just sat there for a smooth 20 minutes before even getting out of the car. But of course, I had Teeny Bopper 15 with me, and she was like, oh my God, I gotta get inside and look at all the freebies I got. Because while you're at the concert, other fans or like fans will give you cute little gift things that they make and they put together. Like my daughter had made bracelets that she passed out to fans. Other people had like really cute things. Like one girl had a bag full of like crochet hearts that were on some type of like keychain thing. She was passing those out. People were passing out Skittles. People were passing out stickers, cute little postcards or photo cards. One of the fans had made band members out of pipe cleaner. So each band member has their own like favorite color or like fan color. So she had made little stick figures out of pipe cleaner that matched all of the colors of the band members. And she had put like their little faces on them. It was really cute. What was another standout freebie other than bracelets? I don't know, girl, but these kids do a great job with it. Like, they really go all the way into being fans of Twice, which is the K-pop group that we saw. My daughter got her merch. She got the experience she wanted, and that's all that matters to me. But baby, when I tell you, when I got home, I had a new level of appreciation for my husband, because I said, oh, like, she's a kid. And like I tell you, like, she's actually very sweet and like good, soft-spoken and quiet, but she's deep into the fandom. You know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine what it must be like going to a concert for me, because I am not quiet. I am not soft-spoken. I too am deep into the fandom, but it's like an all-encompassing, like, Beyonce thing when it's me. Like it is a whole bit. And so I know he'd be worn out by the end of that. I know he'd be worn out. So when Act 3 comes around, I just might, I'ma still be too much, but at least I'm gonna be too much, but I'll be aware of the fact that it's a lot for him. Like, oh, this must be a lot for you, because I just be like if you take your eyes off of me for 1 minute, next thing you know, I'm on that horse hanging from the ceiling. You just don't know. That's why you got to keep your hands on me. Anyway, before we close up, what time is it? Is it almost time for school pickup? Oh yeah, girl, it is. It's almost time for me to go pick up the babies. Oh, and I got to make my iced coffee before I go, so I do have to hurry up and go. I'm still watching The Burbs. It's still good. I think I'm either at the end of the season or a new episode has to come out, and I don't know which one it is. But the last episode I saw, their friend Naveen was in the trunk of the girl he thought was his girlfriend, and they was riding off somewhere, and I'm pretty sure she's the one killing and kidnapping everybody. And Kiki and her husband were standing in the street trying to chase that car down, because they realized that that woman was in fact the killer right at the last minute. And they tried to go save him, but it was too late. She was pulling out of the driveway and taking him like off somewhere. So I don't know if that's like a cliffhanger at the end of the season, or if we just have to wait for a new episode to be released this week. I don't know. But if you haven't seen The Burbs, it's a oh gosh, did I just tell you who did it? Still watch it. Still watch it. Still go up there and watch it, because it is a really cute, funny, kind of like whodunit. And who's to say that she did it to all the other people? We don't know. But I definitely know she had that man in her trunk driving off. So give Kiki's show a stream. I have also been watching Tulsa King by accident. I am not a Tulsa King viewer, but my husband is. And when he has it on, I'm normally in the room watching it, kind of, sort of. Now, the other day when I was watching it, I happened to come across a shoe sale online. And so when Tulsa King is on TV, I'm normally online shopping. I bought myself 3 pairs of cute shoes. One of them was a pair of sandals that I didn't think I would get to wear anytime soon. But I mean, I don't know. It's like almost 80 degrees outside here today, so I might be able to wear them sandals sooner than I thought. But then the other 2 pairs are definitely boots, and I might not be able to wear those until the coming fall. But I'm okay with that, because one pair of them, they're not really boots. They're like, those shoes are what should we call those shoes? They're not Uggs, right? They're not Uggs, but they look like maybe like an Uggs third cousin. But they were only $25. And I'm like, oh yeah, those would be cute Pilates shoes, like to wear to Pilates when it's cold. Or those would be really cute, like dog walking shoes to wear outside when I have to let Cookie out. Like, I could find uses for those shoes for $25. Could I not? As long as they're warm and cozy, I could not pass that up, because I've never seen a pair of Uggs for $25. And my gray Uggs, I love them, but they're gray. And I feel like they don't really go with a lot of things. Anyway, so I got those. And then I got a pair of chocolate brown boots that are just perfect, classic, thick heel boots that will go with a million different things. So I'm excited to like get them and try them on. But yeah, Tulsa King, starring Sylvester Stallone, happens to be a really good show. You know who else is on that show? The man that slept with Faith on Soul Food. He was married to Terry, Vanessa Williams' character. Him. He's a character on that show, and he plays somebody's dad, and he's really good and like sweet, wholesome on this show. So watch Tulsa King if you like shows that are about, it's not really about drug dealing. It's about a lot of different things. There's a lot of crime happening on that show, but I don't know. It's not done in the way that other shows about crime are done. Like somebody is not dying every episode or anything like that. You can actually watch this and your nervous system will stay somewhat intact. This month for book club, we are reading Song of Solomon. And I am trying to prepare myself for Song of Solomon because when I posted that my book had arrived the other day on Instagram, one of my friends from basketball, she's one of my fellow basketball moms, she wrote me and was like, "Ooh, child, I read that book last month and gird your loins," basically is what she said to me. Like, you're about to be in for a ride. You're in for a time. God bless you and good luck. And so now I'm like, oh, Toni Morrison, honey, every month, are we going to get one love story? I don't know anything about Song of Solomon, what it's supposed to be about. I'm going to start reading it today. But so far, the books have been good, but they have been a lot to process and kind of sit with. They've been a lot to process and a lot to sit with. And during book club, a couple of the ladies were talking about like the language that she uses. And that really hasn't been the thing for me. I feel like as I'm reading her books, the language, and maybe it's because I'm from the South, I don't know. But the language part comes to me very easy. Like I understand what she's writing. I just cannot believe what she's writing. I think my system is shocked by some of the things that are happening in these books. And the books haven't been long. Sula, I don't even think Sula was 200 pages. Hold on, let me look because my Sula is still right here. Sula was, 174 pages. But when I mean to tell you so much happened in that book, and I won't spoil that for you just in case you want to read it. But I actually really enjoyed Sula. I felt like the women in that book were very like fearless. They were very authentic, true to themselves, whether it was right or wrong, good or bad or indifferent. They made choices that were in alignment with who they either felt like they were or they were in alignment with what they felt like they had to do or just wanted to do. And as a girl's girl, I'm like, well, girl, if you like it, girl, I love it. But you didn't have to set that man on fire. Like you didn't have to do that. Had you come to me about that, we probably could have found some other things for you to do to help that boy with his drug addiction, and setting him on fire probably not would have been one of the things that I would have recommended. But that's what happens in the book. That's what she decided to go with. And it was really in that moment in the book that I never got over it. Like I never was able to rebound after she set Plum on fire. So when Sula slept with that girl's husband, like it didn't faze me one bit because I'm like, literally her grandma set your uncle on fire. Like, what do y'all mean? Why y'all so concerned about her sleeping with her best friend's husband? Even though that's bad too. But her mama Hannah had been sleeping with everybody's husband and y'all didn't have nothing to say about that. So Sula was just doing what Sula knew. She might have just been a little bit more savage about it, but she was just doing what she had seen her mama do. She was a product of her environment. And yeah, I mean, if your grandma is setting people on fire and your mama is, your mama is really like the Tina Snow of her time, you probably got a little bit of like oomph from your grandma, but then a little bit of that swag from your mama. And when both of those came together, like my goodness, you had a lot going on. But thank God you had that friend, that one good friend that stood by you, even when she probably shouldn't have, and most of us would not have. Like, it's a good book, so you should read it. I'm going to report back at the end of March with my thoughts on Song of Solomon, but I'm starting to notice a theme about Toni Morrison, and basically she takes you through there, and it's not in like the good way. Is the literature good? Yes. Will your feelings and your emotions be all displaced and all over the place at the same time? Also, yes. So we'll see what Song of Solomon is about. I'm crossing my fingers that it is a love story somewhere in there. I hope. I'm praying for it. And I'm also reading Ina Garten's memoir this month. I checked it out from the library, and as I was reading it and not really finding the time to like read that and read Sula and read these cookbooks and read the cosmetology textbooks, I remembered that I have a membership to Audible, because I always forget that I do. When I opened it, I had like 7 credits, and I'm like, oh, let's look up this memoir in Audible to see if it's in there. Sure enough, it was. Ina reads it. Her voice is very soothing. It's very relaxing. It's very enjoyable. It's somewhat comforting. And so I'm listening to her memoir in Audible. And let me just say, because when you see somebody like the Barefoot Contessa on Food Network, you might have an idea of who you think she is. But then you read her memoir and you learn so much about her. She's worked for the federal government. She really didn't like it. It bored her to death. She had a slightly abusive upbringing. Like, her parents didn't seem like the most loving people. Her father especially, she says, like, was abusive. Like, when he would be in a bad mood or you would disappoint him, he would be like physically abusive with her. She talks about how she met Jeffrey. And right now I'm at the point in her memoir where her and Jeffrey just got married. Like, they just got married where I'm at in the memoir. And Ina has done some pretty incredible things. Do you know she bought the Barefoot Contessa, the store in the Hamptons, that has made her so much money, I know, since then, and got her the TV show and all of that. She bought that business for $20,000. She found an ad in the New York Times that the business was for sale for $25,000. At that time in her life, she was sick of working for the federal government. She asked Jeffrey what he thought. Jeffrey said, if you find something that you love to do, you'll be good at it and you'll make a lot of money as long as you love to do it. So, like, if that's what you want to do, let's go take a tour of this store. I love Jeffrey. They go, they take a tour, they get back to their hotel room, and Ina's like, oh my gosh, I kind of want to do this. Like, I'm in love with the little place. Like, she talks about how tiny it was. She's like, I really love it, but isn't that so crazy? Like, I have a good job. Like, I'm doing all the things people say you should do. And maybe I shouldn't give up that guaranteed check to, like, open up a bakery, coffee, cheese store, shop, whatever. And then he says to her, well, no, you're not gonna pay $25,000 to do that. He was like, but you'll pay her $20,000. Call her and offer her $20,000. We'll just buy it, and then we'll figure out the rest later. And I said, Jeffrey, no wonder that lady be cooking for you the way she do. And no wonder she just eats you up and loves on you the way that she does. They bought that business for $20,000. $20,000 they bought that business. And she has done nothing but, like, hit all of the success since then, which I'm sure the book will talk about her road to said success. But yeah, she bought the business for 20. Ina was winning because in the ad, or I think when she talked to the store owner on the phone to, like, schedule the tour, the woman told her, like, yeah, you can buy it for $25,000, but you'll make 6 figures in the summer alone. Like, you're going to come into this thing making money, making a profit. if you work it right, like the people are already here because it's pretty lit here over the summer. Oh my gosh. Just the thought of her seeing that ad in the New York Times during a time in her life where she was already feeling like a natural shift away from what she had been doing. And she had a good job for the federal government. I want to say the reports and the things that she used to work on used to get sent directly to the president. So it was like a high level job. Oh, and my husband just texted me saying that he can pick up his son from school. And I love that for me so that I can keep talking to y'all until I'm done and then I can make my coffee. But yeah, she was doing work that in the eyes of other people was like very safe and like, good for you. You are successful. Ina didn't finish college. She went to high school. She did start college, but she didn't finish. So the fact that she had that job was something people, really celebrated her for. And so when she told them that she was making a switch and she was going to go buy this shop and start her own business, like that did not go over well. But like she had Jeffrey, and Jeffrey was like, no, girl, like I'm 10 toes down. If you want to do this, if you want to bake cookies and sell them to people in the Hamptons, like, let's do it. But we're not going to pay full price. We'll offer that lady $20,000 and we'll see what she comes back at us with. The lady came back and said, sold. This is yours for $20,000. And she has been the Barefoot Contessa ever since. The name of the business was already Barefoot Contessa. So how perfect is that? How perfect is that? So as I learn more about Ina, I will come back here and share, because I just would have never had guessed that was what her life was like. I would have never had guessed that is how she became the Barefoot Contessa. And I would have never guessed that her upbringing was anything like it was. I assumed she had a good upbringing, and she did. Her father was a surgeon, but some of the other stuff that she shares, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I never would have imagined that. But it makes a lot of sense now why she's so into food. She talks about how her mom's cooking just wasn't good and how they weren't allowed to eat carbs growing up, that her mom was like a slim lady. So they weren't allowed to eat carbs. They weren't allowed to have anything with sugar. They weren't allowed to have like a lot of different things. Her mom had a lot of rules. And so now to see her as someone who gets to like live in her own truth, and she makes all of this food that is like delicious. It's so full of flavor. Of course, it's full of carbs. Some of it is full of sugar and like butter, and it's very decadent. And it's celebratory food. It's food that you can absolutely serve at a dinner party. I know that makes the little girl in her very happy, and it's probably healing for her every time she puts out a recipe. And that's based on the little bit that I've read in her memoir so far. So yay for her, and yay for all of us that are trying to just get back to righting all of the wrongs that we feel live deep down inside us. And we're trying to like work through those now that we're older, because I swear that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get back to the whimsical, carefree girl that I used to be a very, very long time ago. And the closer I get to that, the calmer and the better I feel. I just feel like, though, what was coming to be a little bit unexpected about this journey that I'm on, though, is that it is coming with also a certain level of sass that maybe I did have as a little girl, and somebody probably checked me one time and I zipped it up. But now that I'm grown, I'm like, well, yeah, no, I can be whimsical, carefree, fun, all the things. And then if you say something to me that I don't like, I'm probably going to say something back to you that you wasn't expecting me to say, because you're not expecting me to be sassy. You're used to a Tia that people pleases. And I only please myself these days, and the 3 people that I gave birth to. Everybody outside of that, you don't know what you're gonna get. It kind of would just depend, right? And I wish that for everybody. I really like it, and I'm enjoying this side of 42. I really am. So, girl, I'm gonna go make my coffee before it gets too late for me to have it. I'm only having just a smidge of it anyway. Remember, when you're out, compliment a woman, say something nice to her, make her day, make her smile, unless you see her in self-checkout at Kroger, in which case, girl, just keep your compliment to yourself, because she might say the right thing, but then look at you completely different and it'll ruin your next couple of days. Don't compete, don't compare, don't complain. What God has for you is for you, and never knock another woman's hustle. I'll talk to you again real soon, girl. Love you. Bye.